Son shit, y'all ready?
I hope y'all are. Ooh wee. Look, if you heard the if you going in chronological order, we dropped the episode about a Hawaiian queen, and I said we're gonna have to do a whole episode for the Lakers by themselves, by itself, alone, dolo. This is that. The internet said is what this is. This is the internet said moment. Oh my God. I watched the whole game. That's the only game I've watched all year too, so far for the playoffs, is Game 5 of the Minnesota Timberwolves versus the Lakers. That was it. And I can tell you now, I was shocked. Not that the Lakers lost, but that Rudy Gobert was the star. Dude was 3 points away from 30 points. Had 20-something rebounds. I've heard about the fact that they didn't have an inside presence, but to see that game play out the way it did when it was a must-win moment, man. The next day, Wednesday, they were talking crazy. It's Thursday. No, this is Friday. It's Friday. We're going to try to post this by tonight. To watch everything yesterday play out. ESPN started from early in the morning with the get up, whatever that thing is with your boy Greeny. And it was JJ's fault. It was Luka's fault. Then it went away from ESPN and then you found it on FS1. It was Luka's fault. It was JJ's fault. The podcasters were telling you it was Luka's fault. It was JJ's fault. So you could see the wagons circling to keep it from being LeBron's fault. That is the biggest problem of this thing. This man has been in LA for 7 years. 1 championship. Missed 2 playoffs. No matter how you want to, somebody like, well, he was injured 1 year. Yeah, okay. You still missed. Got bounced out 2 years in a row in the first round. What are we talking about? You know what I'm saying? JJ Redick has the distinction of being the worst LA Laker coach ever. Even if he stays and he does well, if you can't get that championship at any point, you're going to be considered the worst. No Laker team with a seed of 3 and higher has been bounced out of the first round. Ever. He has that on his resume as a coach. A first-year coach who, by the way, had Nate McMillan on his team. Like, you had a better, more qualified player, former coach on your team. And I don't even know if you were listening to this dude. I don't even know if anybody told you to listen to this dude. You have been considered to be this brilliant savant of basketball. He knows everything. He don't. He suffers from the same thing so many other people suffer. You are allowed to talk and nobody challenges what you say. He had a podcast where it was him and LeBron, and he go, and this is what I do, and this is what you would do, and this is how this would go down. This is what I do if I was a coach. And LeBron like, yeah. There was nobody else around him, because watching it, if you watched a lot of those multiple times, it was like, y'all do know you guys are playing against teams. Like, dude, I done seen the hole in that whole play. Like, if you run this play too many times, I'ma check that. And I'm not a coach. I'm just a regular dude going, oh, you can stop that. And at no point did LeBron or the cameraman, I don't know who's supposed to, hey, dog, you probably might, because, you know, there's a plot hole up in this joint right here. Like, I see through this right here. No. Got in the NBA. That's what happened. And people forget, the Lakers started off kind of rocky. And they were like, yo, he had the same record up until this point as the other dude that y'all claimed was a failure. Then some trades and pieces got moved. Then the big piece got moved. And people were like, ooh, the Lakers won this piece. They gonna be in the finals. Ain't even make it out the first round. JJ dropped the ball. So I get it why you gonna say that. I get that. But let's not act like that's not a thing. that seems to be now part of the conversation for LeBron. Not his legacy. LeBron's legacy is cemented. LeBron is going to be what he's going to be in the Hall of Fame. How we view him isn't going to change, no matter how many haters want to talk what they're going to talk. LeBron's going to be LeBron. But, and this is where it gets crazy, because now it gets louder that you get a lot of help and you only came away with 4 titles. You won 4 times. You were 50-50 in Miami. That was straight in Miami. Like, that was a good run in Miami. 50-50. You won 2, you lost 2. 1 and 3. Then you go to LA for 7 years and you come away with 1. Don't make it to the playoffs twice. Get bounced out in the first round twice. Back to back. That conversation, like, your legacy is straight, but the conversation on where you sit in the rankings. Magic Johnson's career, his legacy is straight. Larry Bird's legacy is straight. Isaiah Thomas' legacy is straight. Where they rank might fluctuate. Bill Russell, Wilt Chamberlain, Kareem Abdul-Jabbar, their legacies are straight. Where they fall in your ranking might fluctuate. That's where you are now. Nobody can take anything from what you've done, your greatness. Where you fall in that ranking, that's a different conversation now. Because now, again, this year more than any year, especially with that Luka trade, people have been going, dude, he seemed to always have help. But this is what you come away with? This is as far as you get with all the help you've been getting? My man's been getting help ever since he left Cleveland the first time. The first time. He has been around top 5 to 15 player, elite player, since he left since he left Cleveland the first time. Dwayne Wade was a top 10 at that time, top 5 or top 10, depending on how you felt about him. He was definitely up there, and especially in his position. He might have been under Kobe, so that gives him maybe top 10. You know what I'm saying? Or he might still be top 5 in Kobe's probably 1 and 2, him and LeBron, and then D Wade is somewhere like 3 or 4. I don't think he was at 5 if you want to put it in that position, but I definitely know if you do talk about it, he was top 10. Bosh is top 10, maybe top 15, because who knows, maybe there's 10 dudes better than Bosh and he's 11 or 12. But he was still top tier. These are 2 dudes who were already Hall of Fame bound. He joined up with them. He clicked up with them. Goes back home in Cleveland. He goes, yo, Love, come with me. Love, hands down, at that time in his career, one of the best, top 15. If not one of the top power forwards, he's definitely was in that discussion. You know what I mean? Kyrie, we ain't even got to talk about that, right? That's what you got. Go to LA, he go, I need a little more help. They go out here and they get AD. We all know that's top tier. At one point, he had Russell Westbrook, who, thanks to LA, they just started talking about that man like he was garbage all of a sudden. Like, the dude who was they stopped talking about him like he ain't have a MVP trophy and all that. Like, hold on, like, whoa. Y'all talked about this dude like he ain't just go out here and topple a record that we thought would never be broke before. And he came in and, whoa, y'all talking like this dude is trash. Y'all acting like he just something in the front yard of the Sanford Sunset. Like, what? Like, y'all, what is you talking about? How did, like, him and Oscar live in the same garbage can or something? What are we doing? Devalued this man's whole career instantly. But when he was going there, again, top 15. He was definitely in the top 15 conversation. You trade out AD and you get a guy who's definitely in the top 5 conversation of players who are playing right now. Top 5. When you go about these new dudes, he's definitely top 3. What are we talking about? And you didn't get it done. Now it's starting to look weird. You know what I mean? And what I seen happening when people were talking about, I don't think the Lakers are going to make it. Well, shoot. It's better than what Kobe and Mike did they last couple of years. What? Are you comparing a LeBron James who has a Luka beside him, with him on his team, to Kobe's last couple of years, where who did he have? D'Angelo Russell and Swaggy P, Nick Young, That was it. One dude we thought was going to end up being one of them dudes, and the other dude was only famous because he hung out with a big booty white Australian broad. Come on, man. Like, Nick Young is more popular for, like, the one footage of him shooting the ball and turning around like he thought he was going to make it, and the main picture with the question marks. That's it. My man more popular for that than anything he's done on the court. D'Angelo Russell even got a second chance to come back to the Lakers just to be blamed when it didn't go well. Well, you know who fault it is. It's Russ. It's D'Angelo Russell. And D'Angelo ain't doing his thing. Man, D'Angelo ain't doing his thing. He got the blame. It had to be somebody's fault. And to a degree, yeah, your man won't really showing out like he should have been. But what I'm saying is, you're going to tell me we're comparing Kobe's last couple of years to this. Where you had AD, then you traded AD and got a Luka. Like, you traded up or you traded down, but you still traded in a good space. You know what I mean? You still traded in a good space. It ain't like we ain't talking about like the value was so, like the difference is like, oh, Luka, we gonna put Luka in the same category as D'Angelo Russell. Nah. Jordan had who? Jordan had a disgruntled Stackhouse and Richard Hamilton. Neither one of them dudes at that time in Washington were in the conversation for being top 10 to top 15. They weren't. Nobody was out here screaming that Stackhouse gonna be that dude. Stackhouse is that dude, son. You gotta watch out for Stackhouse is gonna bring the house down. We won't talk in that talk. It won't like it was Vince Carter or T-Mac. You know what I'm saying? What are y'all talking about? There's a difference. That's who y'all comparing to LeBron James situation. And going, yeah. Like, yeah. And then I guess the new thing was, so y'all saying if Jordan had a Luka on his team, dude, the 1 year, they were close to the playoffs. They were right there. A lot of injuries took place. So they, you know what I mean? It didn't work out. They were right there. Healthy Luka from the beginning of the year, and let's play devil's advocate. That's what it was. It's not like they started the year off with each other. Okay, they're both professionals. In a playoff atmosphere, you have to figure out who's doing what, when they're going to do what, who's going to turn it on. When should I defer to you and let you take over? When should I defer to you and let you take over? Boom. That's just professional courtesy. But let's play the game of, oh, they didn't play all year together. All right, cool. Okay. Let's go over here. You put that trade down for Luka in Washington, and the year Jordan played all 82 games. It's different. That's a different. They making it to the playoffs. They might beat the first. Lord knows if they pass the first round, the rest of the Eastern Conference is gonna get scared. They gonna get scared. You know what I'm saying? Because they like I said, they were on the outside of the 8th round. There was no play-ins back then, so they were just right there. So you gonna come in at 8 or 7. You come in at 8 or 7, or you possibly even get 6. That means you're checking out. You're playing against one of the top 3 teams in the conference, and you get them to a game 7, and you put the ball in Mike's hand, and you worried about, and you, for whatever reason, you worried, like, I don't want to be caught up in, I don't want our team to lose to Michael Jordan hitting a game-winning shot. Check this dude, go at this dude, and he messes around and he just passes it to Luka, and Luka do one of them shots, and that wins the game. First of all, everybody on that other team gonna have to reevaluate where they gonna go. Like what their contract look like. Like, oh, my contract up, they gonna get rid of me. They about to try to trade me. Something about to happen with me. Like, cause that's what they gonna say. Like, how did y'all lose to a dude who ain't been playing for years? And that's the other thing that y'all keep comparing. Like, it's cool to compare Kobe and LeBron because they were consistent. Like, he got hurt, yeah, but he was still in the league. Mike left 98. The 98 season was his last year. Then he comes back in 0-something. That, like, the gap and still was getting 20-something points, had a 50-point game, was doing all this. Yeah, I don't know how y'all comparing these two dudes. Those are two different beasts. You know what I mean? Just to be honest with ourselves, right? You can't compare that. So yeah, you go out here and you tell Mike, oh, we're gonna get you a Luka type player. Mike's exhilarated because Mike don't want to have to carry the team at 40 something. Like, yeah, man, give me that. Hey, dog, do what you do. I'll be the Robin right now. I'm shotgunning with you, son. I'm gonna do whatever I need to do to help out. This is yours. Do you? Matter of fact, I might put my suit back on and go back up in the box tape. You know what I'm saying? And go back up in the luxury seats and hang out. I ain't gotta be here no more. Take me off the roster, son. We good. That's it. You what are we talking about? That's your compare. At least, you know, but then you lose. My man got a bad record. And now Golden State, if Golden State makes it to the finals and gets to the finals and wins, there's a real discussion. During the quote-unquote LeBron era, in a 10-year span, Steph Curry's had a better year, has had a better career than LeBron. Met him 4 times in the finals, beat him 3 times. In that same sitting, went to the finals 5 times, lost 2. 3-2 is way better than, what is it at, 3-8? Like, yeah. Then a couple of years later, after injuries with team members and himself, they came back and they won another joint. Now, you can talk what you want to talk with that KD, but we ain't going to talk about that KD. Which, by the way, I feel weird because when they talk about KD, it's like y'all bringing up KD like, again, your mans ain't been surrounded by great players this whole time. Y'all really be out here just being hypocrites like that. Like, just, You know what I'm saying? When people say the stupid thing like, yo, well, you know, Mike ain't never had to face of Steph. Mike ain't never had to face a Steph because he was the Steph. His team was the Golden State Warriors, the Chicago Bulls with him. 6-0 in a decade. 2 years with Houston. The last year, I think, was what? That was the Spurs that won in 99? So from 91 to 99, out of those 9 years, and if you want to go from 1990 to 99, so for that whole decade, 6 of those championships belong to the Bulls. 1 belongs to the Pistons. 1 belongs to the Spurs. What are we talking about? They ran that decade. You look over for a decade of Steph Curry's championship run, he has 5 in 10 years. What are we talking about? Cleveland won 1, Milwaukee won 1, Toronto won 1. What's the other team? The Celtics won 1. Yeah. I know I'm missing somebody, right? No, am I not missing? I might not be because this is year 10, right? Yeah. But what I'm saying is, that's dominance. 10 years, 5 championships. 10 years, 6 championships. You know what I'm saying? You look at the Lakers in the 80s. They had more championships than the Celtics. So yeah, dominance for your era. LeBron doesn't have that. So if this man messes around and wins a whole nother chip in a 10-year span, what are we doing? If he wins another chip next year, what are we doing? Question. Just out there. LeBron goes to Golden State. They win another championship. Who do we say is the responsible person for that? Who do we hold as the reason for that victory? Now, LeBron goes to Golden State. They don't make the playoffs. They got to do the play-in to get in and don't make the playoffs. Who do we blame? Are the internet NBA people really going to go, man, that's because of Steph Curry, man. Steph Curry tripping. They go in the playoffs and they lose in the first round. Who we blaming? They lose in the second round. Who we blaming? They lose in the finals terribly. Who are we blaming? The guy who's been at home with his team going through the ups and downs anyway, so it is what it is. It's just another season for him. They'll be next year for him. This is what they do. They went through a situation where it wasn't going good for them and they couldn't get over that hump. Kind of like the San Antonio Spurs were. The San Antonio Spurs, they would sound like if they got knocked out in the first round, it just happened to happen. The next year or whatever, then they get their championship. People forget until the Spurs lost to the Miami Heat, Tim Duncan was undefeated in the finals. You know what I mean? That's just real. My man is 5-1 in the finals. That's crazy. This dude is, what is that? 4-2. You know what I'm saying? So what are we talking about? You get them together and it don't happen. Who do you blame? And then what's the excuse when you do have to go, well, you know, LeBron old now. Steph is getting older too. What are we doing? Like, if you can't go, this man, he's giving you what he can get, man. Y'all need to stop. Like, dude, stop. Like I said before, a lot of these dudes, man, they really be out here crying and willing to fight for a dude that they don't know. Like, you say something about Mike, dudes is like, I feel you. And then they give their point and go, but your mans ain't that. And keep it pushing. There's no huffing and puffing. There's no punching in the air like you Trey from Boys in the Hood. Ain't no blowing up, mad face stomping off. Ain't none of that crying in the cut. You know what I'm saying? Your man, look, going back to this game 5. Your man fell and laid there and was supposedly hurt. Reggie Miller and that other dude was like, oh my God, oh. They were still down at that time, by the way, because people don't understand in the fourth quarter, they made a comeback and it was neck and neck. It was back and forth. LeBron started running more. The same LeBron, oh my God, he hurt his knee. He can barely walk. I don't know if he's going to be able to make it. Running back and forth. By the way, also, Luka hurt his back, supposedly. They took him to the back. He come back out. Maybe he got them shots. Who knows? But again, when they were down, it was, oh man, you could tell he's hurt. When they got back to being a tight game, both of these dudes were kicking it like it won't no problem. They should be wrestlers when this is over with. When their careers are over, they can be wrestlers. That was wrestling type selling right there. You know what I mean? That. My man's been falling and flopping so much. And biggest dude on the court. Biggest dude on the court gets hit, and he hits the ground like he the smallest man on the court. He hitting the ground like if Muggsy Bogues ran into Shaquille O'Neal. That's how he hitting the ground. He hitting the ground like, boom, oh snap, get up, Muggsy. Like, dude, the dudes that you're bumping into, you're towering these dudes. Your mass is thicker than these dudes. You already, come on, man. Just laying there. And a lot of times I think that's just to get his breath, to give everybody time, because, you know, they got to see what's going on. They got to see everybody get your rest on. I got y'all. That's really what it, and the fact, look, if y'all didn't see that game, the last couple of minutes of that game was sloppy. It was a lot. It's like 1 minute they let some stuff go, and then the next minute they wouldn't let stuff go. It was so weird. Like, and again, it was because it was close, and I think they wanted the Lakers to at least get out of the game 5. Like, okay, y'all can lose game 6, but we gotta help y'all out. And it didn't work. There was a time when they were trying to inbound the ball to the Lakers, and they said it was a foul on Randall. Randall like, I ain't even touched the dude. And they showed it once. And then they ain't even show it again because it was so obvious. And then I think Reggie Miller was like, oh, that's a foul on the Lakers over there, but no call. Then he was like, I'm glad they didn't no call because your boy made the shot, and then they would have took the shot away. So it is what it is. That's how wild the game was. Sometimes they wanted to call stuff. Sometimes they didn't even want to call stuff. It was like, it was so weird. All of a sudden, around the end of it, they started calling travel more. I think they called 3 travels in a row. Like, well, hold on, y'all calling travel now? When did this, like, oh snap, when did that happen? Then I heard apparently they've been giving emails out to the refs to be a little more hands-on on the rules and probably a little less hands-on on the fouls. That's what I heard. I don't know. Again, I haven't been watching any of this. I watched this just because I wanted to see if it was going to be the Wolves in 5 and rejoice in it. Because the fact that you were saying that the Lakers were going to take that in 5 was real disrespectful to a team that made the conference finals the year before. You know what I mean? Like, the team that made it to the conference finals is the team that y'all are saying going to lose in the first round. By the way, the guy that went to the finals last year now finds himself on a team that got knocked out in the first round. And he's the one that you're blaming. The guy who took a team that had nobody but him, Kyrie, and a bunch of just random dudes you just probably can't even remember were on the roster, made it to the finals. Then the reality caught up with them when they made it to the finals. Like, oh, we shouldn't be here. The Boston Celtics are ready for this. We weren't really ready for this. And this is one reason why people thought, oh snap, next year they're going to come prepared and they're going to do their thing. Trade happened. Everything went completely different. This dude now was on a team that got knocked out twice in the first round. And they're telling you it's his fault. I don't know, B. I don't know. Yeah, like I said, again, I definitely agree with the whole JJ thing. JJ trash. And I'm saying that just, look, I know I have a thing about JJ. I just can't stand that dude, son. I don't like JJ Redick. I know I don't like JJ Redick. I make no mistakes. There's no complaints. There's no faking the funk. I don't like your boy. I keep it a buck. I'm keeping it 100 on you. I don't like that dude. I don't like him. And like I said, a lot of it is because of the stuff that he's the reason why we out here calling people plumbers. JJ Redick disrespected the legacy of the sport that pays him. He disrespected the fraternity that he is a part of. It's not like it's Shannon Sharp saying it. It's not like it's Marcellus Wallace, however you say his name. Remember when he was on Sports Nation saying stuff like, man, look at Bob Cousy. That looked crazy. They're football players. I bet you one thing, if you start talking about crazy, if you start talking about football players of the 80s and start telling them that they were trash and they were overrated, you remember what happened with your boy Skip, when Skip said something about Shannon Sharp's career to his face. Shannon Sharp was heated. Everybody, that was like, they loved them to tell you that was the end of it. That's when you knew that show wasn't gonna be the same no more. Nobody wants to be disrespected. Nobody wants their legacy to be disrespected. JJ Redick was going out of his way telling you them dudes was plumbers. The greats, oh, them dudes is garbage. Them dudes is plumbers. You know what I mean? Like, dude, you ain't even you're not even Hall of Fame bound. Like, what are you doing? Like, how is it somebody like a Charles Barkley relishes players of the past? Oh man, they was great players. Man, the stuff they did. Oh man, the things that you just had no. Hey, I got to sit down and have a conversation with somebody. That's what they tell you. We got to sit down and have conversations with these people. When you saw them, you're not hearing that from somebody like a JJ Redick. JJ Redick is so, his head is so, I'm here, son. I'm better than everything. I ain't got no time for that. Y'all plumbers, y'all beneath me. Like, dude, who are you? So yeah, I've always had a wild vibe on that. Like, when you're hating on the founding fathers, the trailblazers of your profession, something got to be said about you. You know what I'm saying? Like, no matter how great rock, if rock music was, no matter how great rock music was in the 80s going into the 90s, you're not going to hear anybody, none of those, you're not going to hear Metallica, you're not going to hear Guns N' Roses, you're not going to hear Green Day, you're not going to hear none of these people really go out their mind and go, Rolling Stones is trash. That's not, Pink Floyd's overrated. You know, and here's the wild part. Even if they felt that way, they're not going to say it out loud because that's the foundation. You're not going to hear Robert Glasper tell you anything bad about Coltrane. Gonna tell you, God, man, them joints was simple, man. I could do what Coltrane was doing. I could do what Miles was doing in a heartbeat. Man, forget that, man. They don't know what they doing, man. Psh, man, what? Ramsey Lewis, man, he ain't got nothing. I got everything on Ramsey Lewis and his trio. Forget them dudes. I'm here, son. You're not gonna hear that. You're not gonna hear that. Kendrick Lamar went back out here and grabbed old school joints, was like, yo, son, cause you the foundation. I want to get down with you. I want to build with you. J. Cole, same thing. These dudes get it. You get it. You see pictures of dudes who are popping now, show love to even if their area, like, yo, I'm a down south rapper. Outkast is that thing to me. Lil Jon's that thing to me. You know what I'm saying? I gotta talk to Master P. I gotta pick his brain. He that thing to me. I gotta talk to Manny Fresh and Baby and them and see how that work out. They them dudes to me. 8Ball and MJG, they gods to me. Oh, Bun B around? Let me holler at Bun B. Let me holler at Paul Wall. This dude is like, them dudes is plumbers. Them dudes is garbage. Them dudes is, and double down on it. Triple down on it. We'll continue to do it every time out. So yeah, there's a thing about him I just don't like anyway. You know what I mean? Like, he's the type of dude, wherever he grew up at, he's lucky he grew up there. Because if he would have grew up around my way, just looking at this dude, I could tell he'd be the type of dude that get punched in the face in the cafeteria all the time. Just like, pop, 2-piece. Just sitting at the table like, man, what did I do? Nah, I don't like the way you look, son. Because he looked like he probably had that same hairstyle his whole life. That's the hairstyle. Because he's had that joint when he was playing. That would be his hair. That's the hairstyle he has had since 6th grade. That right there. And that's just one of them pompous, pretentious douchebaggery. You know what I mean? And you just be like, can't stand it. Little type of dude who probably joke on handicapped people, but not in the cool, jokey way. Like, I joke on handicapped people, but it's not like to be mean. It's just like, yo, that is wild, son. And then I just say what I thought was wild and keep it pushing. But like to walk up on him and mock him and yeah, I mean, he looked like he might be in the part of that crowd. You know what I mean? And you just gotta be like, oh, somebody grab a textbook and smack him in his face. Clap, make his teeth fall out like your boy did on Wanted. Remember that joint? Your man hit him with the keyboard and teeth went flying. That joint, or was it the keys? I don't know what went flying. Something went flying out somewhere. That. Sometimes you just gotta go out here and put the boom on them like that. But anyway, man, I don't want to talk about that like that because that sounds like I'm promoting violence. I'm not promoting violence. I'm just saying, might be lucky he was wherever he was at, because if he was around where I grew up at, they catch you in the bathroom. You know what I'm saying? Wait for you to wash your hands and everything, just in case you can fight. Nobody want to get punched in the face with pee-pee hands. Hey, that's worse. That's something. That's not a good feeling, man. I ain't never had that, but I'm just telling you, I done seen some dudes catch L's while they was dropping deuces. Like, dude, hey son, he up in here, and everybody like, yeah, he in the stall, kicking open the door, hey man, and just start punching this dude while he dropping deuces, like penises all out, like. What are we doing? Like, punching there. I got peed on him. Because, you know, sometimes you get excited, you pee, so then there's pee all over the place. Dude and he peed on me. He wouldn't have peed on you if you wouldn't have went up in the stall trying to fight him, man. You could have waited for him to come out the joint. But I remember, like, that was the thing you fight in school. When you wanted to fight and not really had no teachers engaged with it, you fight in the bathroom. It wasn't until like the 2000s when you start seeing movies like the James Bond movies and the Tom Cruise joints and all them other joints, you realize how dangerous the bathroom was. Like, ooh, all of that could have happened to me. Somebody could have busted my head on the sink or the urinal. Oof. Nah, I don't want to fight in no bathroom no more. Ever. Like, nah, son. Nah. We gonna have to just fight in the hallway. Fight me in the hallway. Fight me in the classroom. You ain't gonna be fighting me up in no bathroom and had my head busting all up on the urinal and people don't flush either. So now I got pee all up on my face and my hair. Like, nah, I'm good, B. I'm good. I'm alright. Then if I break it, guess what happened? My people gotta pay for that. And my mom gonna be like, I gotta pay for a urinal? Cause you wanna fight in the bathroom? What happened to fighting off the bus? He don't wear the same bus as me. Where he live? I don't know where well, you should have found out where he lived and then figured out how to get home. Ain't nobody you ain't breaking nothing out in the wide openness. God, man, I hope you ain't getting no sneakers for a while. You know, I don't care what music you're trying to hear. You ain't getting nothing. You're going to be sitting up in your room. We taking a TV. We taking a radio. It's just going to be you and some books. You get your learning on. What's wrong with you? Got me paying for a urinal in school. You know they going to charge me up. They upcharge was going to be crazy because that's a government property too. Can't stand you. You need to... Martin Luther King. Non-violent. Be Martin Luther King. Want to be somebody, be that. Don't be like Mike. Pick one. I don't care. Tyson, Jordan, Jackson. Don't be neither one and don't be none of them. Be Martin. Martin Luther King, not Martin Lawrence. Martin Luther King. Shut your mouth up. You ain't funny. Don't get out here. Got all this money I gotta spend. That's how it would be up at my house. Anyway, man. Thank y'all for listening. East Coast, West Coast, worldwide, Lost Boys. Yeah, man. Yeah. And like I said, I've only watched one NBA game, and that was it. I probably won't watch anything until the finals. I didn't even know nothing. I didn't even know that Milwaukee was down that bad until the whole thing with the Halliburton's dad running up on him, and then they were like, "Yo, they gonna ban Halliburton's father," and everybody's taking positions on that. Like, how are y'all taking positions on that? Like, that was a no-win situation for Giannis. Like, if Giannis would have put them big hands on that man's face, because Giannis is a big dude, and you've seen his hands. He got fake. Them hands don't look real, son. His fists look like it would cover this man's whole face. If he would have punched this man, they would have sued. This man would have to probably be banned from being in the NBA. If this man felt he was in danger, if he would have pushed him, it would have been a problem. You know what I'm saying? It's not about, oh, y'all soft like he can't. No. It's the fact. It goes back to the Jay-Z joint. You kill me, you famous. I kill you, I'm brainless. What's the do? You know what I mean? Like, I'm in a no-win situation. I can't do anything. You know what I mean? I can't do anything. You catching me at a point where I'm frustrated that we lost the way we lost, and then you up in my face, and I can't really. I gotta play cool while you out here mocking me. Okay. Yeah. That's a different situation. You know what I mean? But again, I didn't even know they was down that bad. I didn't know it was that bad. I have no idea. I'm just waiting for the finals. That's it. I'm just like, I watch TNT clips, and half of the stuff I watch about TNT ain't got nothing to do with like them doing highlights. It's just them being them, which is what's going to be missed. But I think they're going to ESPN, so it won't be missed. But yes, it will be missed because ESPN is not going to allow them to be that free. I get the feeling they're not going to allow them to be that free. So we need to enjoy all this freedom that they have. Anyway, I'm done for real now. East Coast, West Coast, worldwide. Lost Boys on your side. Don't matter where it go, I ride. Y'all understand it's the vibe. And when I put it down, I'ma put it down. And so they say, what you wanna do? I'ma come through, put it down. I'ma put it down. That's what I wanna do. Y'all ain't even seeing it. I'm out here vibing with that joint. My hands in the air. I'm swaying a little bit. It is what it is. There is no clip, so we gotta do it how we do it. They say you only live once. That's a lie. You only die once. So anytime that your God allows you to get out here and continue your journey, please show the world the best version of you. Y'all be safe. Peace.
This is a Soul of Art presentation.